Okay, so I'm about to watch one of my family's home videos from right around 1987, 1988, and it's been a while since I've just sat and watched one of these all the way through without kind of skipping around. So I'm gonna do that now and give my commentary, tell you what's going on in the video and, just kind of what's happening and what I'm thinking, how it's making me feel watching this, because I'll be honest, sometimes these videos are a little hard for me to get through. They're a little hard to watch because at times I was a very loud and obnoxious kid. At times I was a weird kid. And I know we were all weird kids. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, but I'm about to share this with basically anybody in the world that wants to watch it. So obviously I'm going to be a little embarrassed about some of the things in the video, but I guess anything for the sake of entertainment and nostalgia. Now, the videos that my mom recorded tend to be a little random and skip around. Us skateboarding, us in the pool, just doing different stuff. And like I said, as we go, I'll kind of explain what's going on. So let's go see what we can find. Okay, so this is actually probably the hardest out of all my home videos. This is the hardest one for me to watch because I am really obnoxious throughout this whole thing. Why aren't I wearing shoes? But let me also tell you why this video is extremely important to me. So what you just saw in the beginning, me rolling down or trying to roll down the hill. Oh, boneless. Me trying to roll down the hill on the skateboard, that was my first time ever on a skateboard. So this is very important to me. My dad's 66 Impala, that's my brother leaning up against my dad's Impala. Missed that car. Anyways, that was the first time I ever rode a skateboard. So I am really, considering how much skateboarding became such a huge part of my life, I'm glad that we have that documented. So I've told this story before. I think basically what happened was I lived in North Hollywood for the first like 7 years of my life, and then we moved to this apartment building, and there was this group of boys, as you can see here, and they all had skateboards. So this was early on us living in that apartment. Some of the boys were over at our apartment. We were watching a movie. The movie ended, and then they were like, hey, let's go out back and ride our skateboards. So this is it. This is our first time going out in the alley with them while they rode their skateboards. My brother and I didn't have skateboards, so I'm kind of just hopping around using different people's boards. My brother is just sitting there acting angry. See, do you hear what my friend just said? Brian, he's punished for 1.5 years, making the joke because why does my brother look like that? See, you can hear my mom's yelling at me because I won't stop yelling.
Oh, got a good glimpse of your head going past the car.
So anyways, this is the first time we went out with them riding skateboards, and I just had the time of my life. And so the next day, or maybe a couple days later, my parents went and got me a skateboard, and then shortly after that my brother got a skateboard, and it took off from there. But this is it. This is excuse me, this is the moment where it started. Oh, what a polite kid. Now notice something here.
Wait a second, I want to get Kurt.
Almost all of us are, oh my gosh, almost all of us are wearing TNC surf shirts. I'm wearing a tank top.
Kurt, not over there.
At least like 4 of us are wearing TNC surf shirts.
Yeah, wait.
1, 2, 1, 2. Hit the mark.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's me in the background yelling, thinking I'm a rapper. He's wearing Maui and Sons. So that skateboard that I'm riding, that belongs to that other, the kid that's just slightly smaller than me. His name was Scotty. I think he lived a few buildings down. And as you can probably tell, it's one of those mini boards. It's like half the size, and it's got max headroom on it. Very 80s, but extremely hard to ride. Not a good board to ride for your very first time riding a skateboard. He's got a TNC Surf shirt. I have a TNC Surf shirt. The blonde kid, whose name was Tyler, he had a TNC Surf shirt. The other kid's got a Maui and Sun shirt. Oh, I can still do that. I wish I could see which TNC Surf shirts we were wearing. Oh my gosh. I was quoting, I guess, LL Cool J. And we were all pretty awful at skateboarding. I mean, like I said, this was my first time on a skateboard, so I kind of have an excuse. Look, max headroom. See, that was our friend David. He was telling me, she's right there, you don't have to yell. I don't know why I yelled like that. Now, as awful as that skateboard is, I would love to have it now, of course. That lime green car, that was my parents' lime green Dodge Dart Swinger. That later got run into, and then my dad painted it like a really bright blue. I'll tell you, when I watched this video, even though, like I said, it's hard for me to watch, I get embarrassed about the way I was. Of course, I feel the nostalgia. All these memories come rushing back to me. And what I really see when I watch this video is a bunch of kids outside enjoying the outdoors, running around, having a good time. Something that I just don't really see too much nowadays. I very rarely see kids outside like this. And this is what we did every day. So, I got the lyrics wrong, but what I was just doing, I was trying to say nothing but sweat inside my hand, quoting Eric B. and Rakim. It's funny, you look at that little 7-year-old boy and you wouldn't think that there's Eric B. and Rakim and LL Cool J and, you know, I keep saying Kicking the Bass, a lot of Beastie Boys. You wouldn't think all that was just going through my head at all times.
Good idea.
Okay, watch it closely.
Mm.
You got me? Okay?
I can still do that.
Kick it.
Kick it. Again, Beastie Boys. That was great.
Lights out. He goes in. Go.
Okay, so now for no reason it just cut to, this is me and my cousin Joseph having breakfast. I don't know why I'm not wearing a shirt. For some reason, I didn't wear shirts a lot back then. I don't remember this, but from watching videos and looking at pictures, I tended to not wear shirts. Now, what makes me happy about this clip is we're eating Great Start breakfast. And those were so good. That was the best sausage ever, at least in my mind, what I remember. That pancakes and sausage was so good. I think they still make them, but they're not the same. Little random clip of us eating breakfast. So now this is in the medical center on the corner of Victory and Tampa. Those are right there. That's the buildings we lived in. So it's right next door to the apartments we lived in. And we used to come over here to bring the launch ramp. So this is going to be a little bit later than that first clip we saw, because now my brother and I have skateboards. I actually have my second skateboard, my Veriflex with the dinosaur on it. The first I've talked about was the green Nash. That only lasted like a week. And then I got this Veriflex, more TNC surf shirt. So this is probably like, I don't know, maybe a month or two later. My brother is somewhat progressing. I mean, you know, let's see what he does here. Okay. I have not, well, I guess I've actually progressed. I'm staying on the board, so that's good. But I don't know how to kick. I don't know how to push. You can see pushing with the wrong foot. I'm gonna be honest though, I did not really get much, I can still do that too. I did not get much better at skateboarding for quite some time. I mean, a little bit. Like I was able to push correctly but I didn't get like decent at skateboarding for quite a few years.
Mom, is this private property? Medical center? Huh? Because that lady comes up and she goes, when I got hurt, she goes, you shouldn't be skating. Brian goes, skating is not fun.
Nice story. And then this is in the front of the apartment building that we lived in. We used to like to come roll down this hill. It was a good time. We just do it over and over and over again. You can hear we always had our always had my radio out there. I'm probably gonna have to turn this sound down so we don't get a copyright. Oh, where are my teeth? That's my brother. He was always pretty stylish. I'll give him that. Oh, never mind. That's my brother again. He's wearing my dad's Coors painter's cap. And oh, he almost completely ate it. Man, he would have slipped and fell. If he would have fully slipped, he would have fell back into the pool and probably smacked his head. Well, now I'm going to do it. Perfect. That was our friend David. He lived next door. He was, for the time that we lived there, he was kind of like a brother. He's always at our house.
You like what we've done to our sidewalk?
So my brother just said, "You like what we've done to our sidewalk?" And then my mom's focusing on it. You can kind of see those, we were grinding right there on the edge. I don't know why my brother would point that out, like he wants to get in trouble. That's my Veriflex board. Okay, so now, like I said, just skip around. Now we're at Round Table. That's me playing Paperboy. That's my Uncle Ray. That's my grandma. This was my brother's birthday. Not sure which birthday. That's my brother's friend. That's my brother going cross-eyed, our friend David from our apartment building, and then that's me. So this was my brother's birthday at Round Table Pizza. I think it was like a weeknight. We just kind of got together, the four of us, and then like my grandparents and my uncle and my parents. Man, I miss that pizza. It's not the same anymore. That's my brother getting yelled at by my grandma for being cross-eyed. Okay, now we're back at our apartment. That's my brother with those Radio Shack headphones. And then that kid Tyler just set it down. That I remember this. That was a pink Barbie Corvette that I don't know why Tyler had, and then he spray painted it. He thought it was really cool, and my brother was throwing it in the pool. Another TNC surf shirt. I remember those Radio Shack headphones that my brother had.
In your dreams.
My brother mouthing off
Okay.
about how they wasted $1,000 on a video camera instead of his birthday. He was about to throw the car off. Why did my mom cut it off? Okay, that is my cousin Sarah. You can see right there she's listening to my blue Walkman, not a real Sony Walkman, a knockoff. But anyways, she was always borrowing my stuff. And she also borrowed, I only had 2 pairs of Jimmy Z shorts, and she borrowed one of them and said, I'll return it next weekend. And it's been 30 plus years, and I'm still waiting for those shorts back. Sarah, I know we haven't talked in 20 plus years, but if you're watching this, waiting for my shorts. Okay, so now, this is a fond memory. My dad used to bring home these big sheets of cardboard, and then our friend David, he had these really cool art markers. And then at night we would eat pizza, eat Fritos and bean dip, and we would draw. It's just like, these are the fun memories that I have from being a kid.
Why'd you do that? I was going to do that independent.
All right, so now we're back at the medical center. Another day, more skateboarding. There's my brother. Oh, dang, that was hard. See more TNC surf shirts. Oh man, this is another one that's hard for me to watch. I remember this. Okay, so now we're behind our apartments in the alley again. It's just me and my brother. We're listening to LL Cool J again. I should probably turn the volume down on this. Oh, okay, right next to my parents' Dodge Dart, you can see that white Chevy Chevette. So at the time, that belonged to my Uncle Charlie. It then later belonged to my Aunt Lucy, and then it belonged to me. That was the second car that I ever had, a white Chevy Chevette. Oh my gosh, look at me with my sideways hat, my fingerless glove, my little boombox. So that fingerless glove, oh, now we're listening to Cyndi Lauper time after time. I think my mom, she got sick of listening to rap, so she switched the music. And I remember this. This is actually on Power 106, and if you live in LA, you probably know Power 106 now is a rap station. But yeah, listen to what they were playing back then. So anyways, the fingerless glove, I was begging my parents, I think probably because of Breakin' and Breakin' 2, I was begging my parents, I need a fingerless glove, I need a fingerless glove, you know, so cool. So my parents were like, yeah, no problem. They took one of their gardening gloves that they used to prune the rose bushes, and they cut the fingers off, and that's what I'm wearing. So I didn't care. I was like, oh, cool. Now they're playing Billy Ocean. Oh man, what a great station Power 106 was. Look, I just noticed they didn't cut the thumb off of the glove. What? Me and my brother were hitting each other, and then I fell. Listen. Oh man, this right here is like really making me nostalgic. Me and my brother hitting each other, listening to Power, Jesse Johnson on the radio? I mean, when do you hear Jesse Johnson on the radio? God, I wish. I feel like you don't even hear Jesse Johnson like on satellite radio or anything. Man, what a time to be alive. Oh my gosh. This was this thing that I would do. I thought I looked so cool dancing on my skateboard. And my mom, of course, would encourage me, like, oh, you look so good when you dance on your skateboard. Do more of it, do more of it. So, oh my gosh. I thought I was like a little b-boy. It turns out my brother was the good dancer. Oh my gosh. Like, I think I'm popping and locking. Wow, did you hear that? Enter to win tickets to see George Michael and Michael Jackson in concert on Power 106, and now they're playing Pebbles. Oh man, listen to the music. I think we were trying to do wall rides, not even close. Oh, I remember this. Keep an eye on my brother in the black shirt. Oh, I love that. Now, like I said, none of us were very good skateboarders. My brother and I had just started. The other kids, David, like they were a little better, still not great. I think pretty much everybody also, like, they didn't stick with it. I think I was the only one that I stuck with it for the rest of my life. And like I said, it did take a couple of years for me to start getting better. I kind of just never tried. I was just content going out and rolling around. And then after a couple of years, I started kind of putting effort. Oh, I remember this too. Classic.
There you go, Brian, dance.
There's David, and then he starts doing gang signs, so my mom quickly pans away from him. There's my dad. She quickly pans away from him because he never wanted to be on camera. Okay, now, so this is a different day, and I don't know how, but I actually remember exactly what is going on here. So if you listen, we're listening to DJ Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. And my dad heard Parents Don't Understand. He heard it on K-Day on his way home from work. He came home and he told us about it. He was like, hey, I heard this really cool song. I think you guys would like it. So then this was on like Saturday. This was the next day. He took us over to the warehouse. He bought us this cassette tape. And this is us listening to it for the first time, skating around. My brother's got a can of Pringles. And so, yeah, this was our first time listening to that tape. And became a huge, became a classic for us. Of course, my dad really liked it because, you know, it was family friendly. There was no cursing. They weren't rapping about anything bad. And I still say that those first two albums, classics. Oh my gosh. It seems like at the time I was more into thinking I was a breakdancer than skateboarding. That's the influence of Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh, and Crush Groove. I think Crush Groove was really big with me at that moment. What am I whining about? Now, I know, like, not a lot is going on in these videos, but I wanted to share this footage with you all. So one, I don't know, I thought you might enjoy making fun of me, but also, I think it's cool just to watch and see what it was like in the 80s. I mean, this is what we did. We just hung out, skateboarding, listening to music, just having a good time. I mean, this is what the 80s were like, at least for me. I know everyone's experience is a little different. As strange as it is, this is history. That's history. And I think it's cool. Something that I find really cool is that none of us even like really realized that we weren't good at skateboarding, and we didn't care either. Like, we were having the time of our lives. We were having such a blast, and that was all that mattered. All right, and now we're back at the medical center one more time. That's my brother over there. He's wearing like a Bugle Boy collared shirt and swim trunks. It's a good fashion choice. And that's me wearing a Maui and Son shirt. Now this must be right after my my Veriflex skateboard got run over by a car, because I see I'm using one of the other kids' skateboards. That kid, Shane. All right, I think this video is about to end. Hopefully, very hard for me to watch. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, just for the nostalgia, just for, you know, again, kind of remembering what life was like back in the 80s. Simpler time, better music, better clothes. So hopefully you enjoyed it for that. Oh, finally someone made it. We're going to end the video on a good note. All right. Again, I hope you enjoyed the nostalgia. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.